talk about it. This is my reaction to what happened with Calicoe's card over the weekend. So he hosted a card. It was supposed to be, I believe, Detroit versus New Jersey. And three of what, five or six of the battles? What do we have up here? We have Calico versus Shotgun Suge, Clean versus Arsenal, Marv versus Twerk, Quest versus O-Red, Devious and Dre Dennis, and Breezy Will versus Merlo. So one, two, three, four, five, six battles. And of the six, three of them didn't show up, half the card. Okay. I'm going to talk about what should happen, what I believe is going to happen, regardless of my opinion. I'm going to start, of course, with my reaction to Calico specifically in this card and how I feel about this happening to him, right? And I'm going to end off with some examples outside of battle rap of what has happened out there when a product is in this type of state and fans say they have a certain type of demand. Matter of fact, and speaking of fans, I'm even going to go through, every piece of battle rap and address what I believe they should do as well. Okay. So a lot of little pieces to this. Let's start to walk. Let me start here. First and foremost, my reaction to this happening to Calico specifically. I see y'all wanting that opinion from me. I see the tweets. I'm not even gonna say no names. Some battle rappers have tweeted me, karma. Some bloggers have texted me, karma. Some league owners have texted me, karma. Don't worry, Cal. I'm not gonna sit up here on camera and try to do to you and your company what, like, for example, Easy did to you. I'm not gonna give you the opportunity to blame me for doing that backhanded, shady type of, you know what I'm saying, fake ass, punk ass, hidden payback. Like, I'm not on that. And I'll tell you why in a second. But no, that's what the Goof Troop did. He did it to me as well. I had Calico versus no Show Off not go down, and then he does a stream. The thumbnail of the stream looks like he's selling chocolate candy on Easter. You know what I'm saying? Looks like a goofball up there. He was so happy the battle got canceled. Fast forward, he'll try to join in and do some shit like, oh, the culture or whatever. I get it. It's because he and I's, we don't rock it all. But I'm just saying there's certain things, this is my point, where it's a little irresponsible to approach them with your personal experiences or personal feelings, so to speak. And I have no personal feelings that you guys are going to get out of this live. Actually, I would have liked to wait a little bit longer and see if I can get like a New Jersey Twerk, a Clean Paper, or even a Calico video speaking on this first. I'm pretty sure they'll address things sooner or later, or maybe not. I don't know. I would have liked to wait, but we're not going to sit around 2 weeks to hear a bunch of stuff that we probably already have our minds made up on anyway. So, yeah, I'm not here to do that to Cal's card. And let me also respond back indirectly to all the karma stuff. I'll tell you why it's not karma. It's not karma for Calico because of the three battles that didn't happen, two of them damn near weren't supposed to happen. And now, when I say weren't supposed to happen, I'm talking about booked in the first place, as well as the reputation, as well as the high probability of them not happening anyway. We are literally at the point where you got people online saying, we're starting to think that booking certain people is just to use their names to promote anyway, because the league and the battle rappers gotta know, or might even at this point be in cahoots, saying that you and I know that you ain't coming to this battle. Don't worry. Your name is on the fly. I'm going to go ahead and sell this. I mean, it's not even a stretch or a reach for fans and bloggers and Lee or whoever to think that at this point. That there's got to be a behind the scenes, cahoots, conspiracy, or cat. I'm not saying that Cal did that. But New Jersey Twerk and Clean Paper, I literally, I wanted to find it this morning. I couldn't. It was from a random fan on my wall or something. Somebody retweeted. I saw it, and it was like Friday or Saturday. Somebody put out predictions. It said Calico 2-1, no show, Quest McCody 2. It said some shit like that. And I was just like, they're putting out the prediction. The predictions were right too. So, O-Red, I heard that was a passing, just like I did with the card that had recently in Calicoe'S. I said, I'm not touching that. And I know some people said, well, but that's the home. O-Red's your homie. Calicoe'S your homie. Regardless of, talking about a passing. I didn't speak to Clips at the time. I didn't speak to Red about this. I'm not trying to say that I gotta go hit them up and get into their business about losses and family and all that. Something hit close to home. If that's what you're saying, you want to know what I'm standing on as well. If you use a deceased to cancel a battle or to grab a check, that karma is gonna come back to you one way or another anyway. So if somebody's going to put out there publicly that they went through a loss or somebody passed away, let them stand on that. And I'm not even talking about Ored. Ored's my fucking guy. He's always been sturdy with me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I heard happen with that. That's what it is. We moving on. We leaving that one alone. And shout out to Quest McCody too. Marv 1 versus New Jersey Twerk. And then of course Clean Paper versus Arsenal. Wow. So those are on the card. Clean Paper is their second on the flyer. Now I know the order of a flyer really doesn't matter too much as far as how the card's going to actually turn out in the building or on the pay-per-view or land on YouTube. The good battles are the good battles. The shitty battles are the shitty battles. But as far as promotion, the flyer actually matters for the presentation and the perception to the public. The order, like nobody would have ever put out a flyer that got Calico and Shotgun Suge with Breezy Will versus Merlo is. That's just, it's promotion. So Kitchen Clean, flyer and perception wise, is on the A side, damn near presented like a co-main event. And the top two battles are even the rematches. So we're painting significance around them, even in the promotion and the visuals of this. Middle of the flyer and everything. Clean versus Arsenal. Same thing with Marv versus Twerk. Middle of the flyer, along with the main event, Big Faces. Everything shows like this is supposed to matter if these two battles go away, right? Those predictions is absolutely insane. Let's get to the coach's reaction to this. Don't worry, I'm gonna give you more of my own personal takes in a second. So I had logged onto my Twitter this morning, and over here on the right, as you can see from the up arrow or the left arrow over here, I'm inside of like a thread. You see this TWORK that's in the search bar at the top. That's because when I logged into my Twitter on the right, it said, I don't know if it was suggested for me or trending for me or trending in general. I don't think trending in general. I wouldn't even be surprised if it was TWORK. And I said, that's for New Jersey Twerk. I clicked it. It brings me to this thread. Let's talk about it. This thread, the first tweet that's here, and I saw this yesterday, Arsenal tweets, yesterday, Clean Paper just pulled the illest no-show of all time at home in Detroit. The nigga actually came to the battle event, stood on stage for his homies battle, then left before hours and never came back. He put cocaine as a hell of a drug, kids. I was here and ready like always. Hashtag Big Jers. Wow. Let's assume that this is absolutely true. To be there is insane. And to just not come. I thought that we've seen almost every form of notion. I've seen niggas blame their kids, talk about their kids is in the hospital, my kids this, my son that, my daughter that, which is the worst anyway, which is the ultimate sucker shit anyway. We've seen battle rap jail. That's a common one. We've seen cars flip over. That's a first, or it might be a first. I don't know. Has anybody ever said they got shot? Nobody ever said they got shot before. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you're gonna put shit on your kids. You might as well go. I got shot. I didn't see that one yet. But to go there, like I would almost pay. I would send a cash app for $100. Like Clean, if Clean sent me a video that I could post explaining why he left and then never came back to perform, I send a cash app for that. Because this is a new one for me. I'm taking Arsenal's word on this one as if he's seen this with his own eyes. Okay. So Twerk didn't battle again. It says again. Shout out to No Clout Media. This says on one of the most highly anticipated cards of the year. That's so crazy too. We can't even have. Let me pause for a second. One of the most anticipated cards of the year. Same thing with T-Top. On paper, T-Top literally would have probably landed top 5 cards on paper before anybody takes the stage of 2026. I throw retired, non-pay-per-view, one-off, secret, private events. I had 3 battles go down on my card, and they all was dope. It's almost sad that well-known, functioning pay-per-view leagues might have to contest with my card by the end of 2020. So is my card going to land in the top 10 cards of the year because it had a damn near classic with some people, if not a classic, people say Danger Zone versus KD, King Los versus Chef Trez with a 4th round freestyle, and Ill Will versus Remedy Local, which went crazy too. Am I going to have a top 10 card of the year? Highly anticipated cards of the year thrown by Calico and BMBL, Battle Rap in New Jersey Twerk. No shows his battle against Marvin. This marks numerous and multiple that Twerk has no showed battles this year. Should leagues continue booking Twerk? Question mark. No Cloud Media, no blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's keep going. Shout out to Ace. He's got up New Jersey Twerk and Clean Paper completely disrespect Calico by no showing again. You're not going to see a video of Calico go up. Because people meet disrespect with disrespect, right, Ace? Many times, not all the time, but many times. You think you're gonna see Calico get online and say, fuck Clean Paper and fuck, first of all, Clean's like Calico's brother, right? I'm pretty sure he's close with New Jersey Twerk, or very cool with New Jersey Twerk too. Was we ever expecting T-Top to get online and do that? No. And I know it's different circumstances. Well, he called Averb a bitch. But was you guys expect that with A-Ward? A-Ward don't deserve that. Was you guys expecting that with New Jersey Twerk? And I know you guys throw Clips in name in a lot. Did you expect T-Top to get on there and say, fuck Charlie Clip? No, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. But the level of disrespect that comes these league owners' way, at this point, the real reason why the battle doesn't happen doesn't matter anymore. And we're going to get to our blame list. We're going to get there and what we should versus what I believe is going to happen. All right, here goes a blog again. Clean New Jersey Twerk ran off on Calico. Okay, all battle rappers should accept the New Jersey Twerk battle. It's free money because that bum ain't going to show up. Call me, don't even prep my rounds as his opponent, just take the deposit. Well, then we got 2 people who y'all would be saying in that situation are allegedly stealing. But I get the sarcasm, okay? Who's this? Twerk and Clean no-show battle rap tag team champions. All right, DNA Tooth. But when sniggers say this about Twerk and Clean, we wrong. Shout out to the bootleg gang forever. I'm a whole league owner that has been against bootlegs for 10 plus years. I'm literally at a point where I'm like, what do you want me to say? What do you want? I can't defend it. I can't defend it. Actually, I probably couldn't defend it for years at this point. And maybe I still tried. I can't defend this shit. Like, the fuck you want from me? A take around that, give you the other side of why we should. I can't defend it. Employing bootleggers is a different level to me at this point. But it's very hard to defend. So let me keep moving. Shout out to Black Compass Media. They got Calico event violated, Twerk and Clean, no shows, plus Arsenal checks. All right, I see the Arsenal and J Mill stuff, different topic. Somebody replying to Arsenal's tweet. Shout out to Clean Paper and Twerk for continuing to get booked. Right. It's magic. It's magic. It's magic. At this point, the problem is the organizer still booking Twerk. He thinks he's super talented, but he just doesn't care about the fans, and y'all don't either for booking him. The fans deserve their reaction. What's this one? Chris Unbiased argues that New Jersey Twerk should no longer. All right, let's click it for a second. Hold on. Let's click it. Let's click it. Let's see what's going on.
I'm gonna keep doing these vlogs. I know y'all tired of hearing it, and I keep saying the same thing, man. I do not feel like Twerk should be booked in battle rap. You know what I'm saying? And I don't say that lightly. I know it's taking money out of people's mouths, pockets or whatever, food out of people's mouths, money in their pockets, all that good stuff. But at the same time, Niggas gotta start standing on business, bro. Niggas really gotta start standing on business. I keep telling you about.
Yeah, that's one thing that we're done doing in the culture. Hopefully, is because I remember when Chris Unbiased, and I want to use the word campaign because I want it to come across strong. He campaigned about T Rex not being booked, if I remember correctly, and he might have gotten backlash for it because at that time it's looked at like you're really out here as one of the biggest bloggers and platforms for takes on battle rap, talking about a goat, a legend, another battle rapper, somebody that got kids or feeding their family and taking food out their mouth. But fast forward 2026, whether you agree with Chris back then or not, we're past that. We're past that. And one thing that we also got to be done with is saying the only person who's losing in the situation or a campaign like that is the battle rapper. No, fuck that. That's not true. That's not true. The league owners sometimes lose way more than the battle rappers. So you're taking food out of my mouth when this shit happens too. And the fans spend their heart. Not everybody. There are fans out there just like, yo, here, it's all good, or it didn't happen, or I'll get a refund, or I won't get a refund. It is what it is. I know this when I cop up in the first place. I see New Jersey twerk on the fly. Still take my $50. Let me see what happens with the main event. At least I got that. You're gonna have those fans. You're gonna have a mixed bag. But of course, there's also fans out there where that $50 hurts. It's like I spent this fucking $50. I really could have spent this $50 on some groceries. You know what I'm saying? Like I could really use some more groceries in the fridge right now, or and this $50 went to this because I'm a fan of this. I'm such a big fan of this, and I had to see it, and I lost half the card, or I lost out on a battle that I wanted to see. Those people deserve to be lost as fans to purchase into the battle rap culture. Unfortunately, if not forever, or if not for the battler, if not for that particular league, we deserve it. We deserve it. So campaigning against battle rappers at this point is 1000% justified. And Chris is still trying to give a disclaimer there. I know we don't want to take money out of nobody's pockets, but can we really look at some of these battle rappers at this point and claim they give a fuck about anybody else that's hurt along the way? We can't. We can't. We got to be real. Like those excuses or that room for like, it's gone. We can't there's no more leeway to give. We've been out of runway to fucking land this plane. It's Spirit, okay? It's over. It's done. No more booking, no more flights on that. That's it. You know what? I'll skip the rest. That's probably the only take I needed listening to the beginning of that. These league owners are scared of Twerk. Shaking my head. Why and how would that be? Is Twerk putting guns to people's heads and saying, book me? No. I like that. I see this tweet. That gives me he would never get booked again, ever. Scared of Twerk. That's a horrible shout out to Mr. Coop. I'm not coming at you. That's a horrible take because of reality. For example, one of the reasons why New Jersey Twerk gets booked so frequently is because he doesn't highly price himself to many leagues. I'm not putting his business out there, his numbers out there, but you have battle rappers, they don't get called. They do the calling a lot of times. I don't know what's happening with this Calico card. I'm speaking more in general, but it still applies to New Jersey Twerk. Same personal, G. Clean, Twerk, none of this is personal. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I'm here and I'm doing battle rap takes in the morning. It's a big topic. I care about it passionately, and at the same time, I have my own opinions about it. Respectfully, both of y'all. But the truth is, for example, Winged. Shout out to Winged. She got a card coming up. Was it the Dead in Philly? And when my card was coming up, or there was another booking that Twerk has something. I believe Twerk reached out to her. You know what I'm saying? If I remember correctly, and pardon both of y'all if I got that off. But the point that I'm making, it's a fact. Twerk, other battle rappers, they'll see flyers go up, they'll hear about announcements. Some of the biggest names. Some of them do that and they show up. And I think it's always been a very big misconception, even for some of the shit that goes on, like between, like, let's say leagues or fake league wars and shit. Like, well, it wasn't fake, but league wars. You book this person. It's like, You had no clue that this person you claimed to be a RBE rapper, a King of the Dot rapper, or a URL battle rapper. They came to me. Like, rest in peace, Past Day. Like, the first time I think we ever had an interaction about booking, he came to me, and and it was an honor, who else? I don't need to start going down a list of names, actually. But battle rappers reach out to leagues, especially today, in today's market, where it's like a hustle, damn near more, because the leagues don't even have as many opportunities as they did in the heyday of battle rap. Battle rappers are reaching out to the leagues too. Now the leagues accepting, be like, hey, you know what? That's a good idea. We'll get to that. It's a different story. But ain't no league scared of no battle rappers. So if Twerk contacts you, or if you contact him because you heard through the grapevine, and I'm just throwing out a number, I'm not saying this is a real number, that you can get a New Jersey Twerk, Drake's favorite battle rapper, for $2,000 and a $500 deposit. How many league owners are going to go, that's like with me and Quest conversation that's been dropping. Shout out to Quest. And we got to this topic before this happened on his card. What was he saying? He said a lot of these leagues, they're looking for a hit. They're looking for Twerk showing up and them getting that lottery hit and that crazy strapped in that burns the roof down. They're looking for that, because you never know if you're going to be Hitman Holler, because a Twerk no show could happen to any league. It's not about the league, right? It's not about the league. Just like Clean Paper, right? Clean Paper no showed RBE before. He no showed URL before. Actually, he no showed or something happened. I don't remember the details. I'll still say his battle didn't happen with URL within like the last 2-3 years, right? It's kind of like in recent memory, right? So it's not about the league. It's not about the league. So what Quest McCody's point there is people's like, shit, 1,500, 2,000. I'm get all of this. This shit better than Calvin shit in the hallway with it. Fiend out, because you don't know if you're going to get New Jersey Twerk showing up on Bags and Bodies on Hitman versus Geechee's card, and he gets up there and has one of his best performances or first rounds ever versus Big K, and it was like a big monumental moment to be in the building and watch it. You don't know. So you're rolling the dice on that. And it's not 50. I keep telling y'all, and you see people book frequently, they're not charging $10,000. It's impossible. And they're battling on leagues where the whole budget is $10,000. You could see it. So it's a pricing thing. It's a gamble thing. And even the price makes people gamble. Shit, I could spend 10 to possibly win 50. I like them odds. Fuck it, let the fans deal with the rest. Real talk. All right, keep going. What's this one? Something different. Niggas got too friendly, that's been said, but when someone comes in and wants to make it a business, folks call them vultures, outsiders, or corporate, when it needs to be some structure around this mother. I don't even follow battle rap like I used to anymore. Energy is so off. And that goes to reply to Twerking Clean and O-Red. Y'all did Calico wrong. This card been promoted for damn near 4 months. It's no excuses for a no-show. And Clean, you were in the building and then left before the battle and never came back. What the F is wrong with battle rap? I must have liked to shout to Shaolin. At ARP, y'all just mentioned Clean and Twerk. The niggas do it again. Definitely on the leagues now, 100% on them. Yeah, when me and Quest did that piece of our discussion that's been releasing on the channel, we used Twerk and Clean as examples in that discussion. And then the very next day, Twerk and Clean are the ones that don't show up. It's insane. All right. It's all going to be consistent here. Does anyone have like an actual number of no shows? They could do a documentary on Twerk. Oh, wait, we got one from Angry Fan. Let me check this, and then we're going to move on. Let me check this one out from Caps. What's Caps saying?
See. We was like, nah, pissed off at what? Oh, Twerk didn't show up to Calicoe's battle. He no-showed Marv 1. Okay, why should I be upset? This is what he does. See. We can't keep blaming Twerk. My question is, Calicoe, why'd you book him? Why'd you book him? Do you not realize we're in May? Next month makes June. That'll be halfway through the year. He hasn't showed up to a battle yet. Oh, wait. I'm lying. He showed up to the T-Top event, in which he was in the parking lot with Rum Nitty because his tire caught a flat and it was too late for them to do the battle. And the only reason he showed up there.
The thing with the boy who cried wolf story that we get taught as kids is because we get numb to certain excuses. And what happens is, even if certain excuses are valid, battle rap taking place or the full events actually happen has such a shitty reputation. Those excuses or those scenarios, even if they're true, they're off the table. It's not going to happen. So when we see Nitty and Twerk together afterwards, I think you can even look in the background. If I saw a car in the background, it looked like it had a donut on it. I ain't gonna lie. It might have been real what happened, but Twerk's reputation is so bad, it didn't matter. It was literally to the point where niggas was like, yo, Nitty, you covering for your boy. We don't believe this shit. Or why are we talking about time ran out and 90% of the car didn't happen? How did you run out of time? Why wasn't y'all there earlier? So the battle could still happen, even if you had a flat time. You know what I'm saying? So you deal with all of that. And it's no different than here. Now we're talking about Clean was in the building. Clean was in. So the being there don't fucking matter. It don't fucking. And that has happened a bunch of times too. Me and Quest talked about that. When Calicoe canceled his original Ill Will battle, Quest still asked him at least come show face. I did the same thing. When O-Red and Math wasn't going down, Math still pulled. I don't know if I asked him to pull up, but Math pulled up at the end of the night. It was just like, you're actually here? To me, that means you could rap. Like Twerk and Nitty, Clean in the building. There's examples of this. That shit is off the table now too, whether it's a real situation or not.
It's because he had to host a real party somewhere because he promoted that, even though he didn't promote the battle. Now, what are we talking about here? You can't keep.
Now you guys are telling me he left because he. So maybe his intention was to rap. You guys are telling me, Caps. But you're looking at the clock. Hey, I know these battle rap events say they're going to start at 4. This one really started at 7. I got another bag to go pick up. I'm going to go over here to this party promotion. Is that what y'all telling me?
He get mad at Twerk. He sees suckers that got money, so he's going to say yeah to get their money. Yeah, man, I'll take who? I got to battle Satan. All right, cool. Send my cash app. Send it right now. Yeah, I'm coming, King. That's all that's happening. I've been saying all this time, battle rap is ran off of cash apps and PayPals. That's what's going on. I can't keep blaming Twerk. Why'd you book him? Calicoe, he ain't showing for nobody else. Why are you so special? Why he showing up for you? Marv Wine, you're a Detroit legend. You deserve better.
That's another thing me and Quest was talking about. People are banking on their own relationships. Quest said, shit, you bank on a relationship, and then that happened to you too. I ain't gonna lie, man. I told y'all in my video, I didn't expect that. Those type of excuses that was said public, I would have never expected that between me and Cal. Ever. Calicoe and Clean, shit. Last time Clean was on RBE was Calicoe vouching when he battled Ill Will. It called me and vouched that, yo, put him, blah, blah. Like, for Clean to have happen what people are saying, it's not even like he didn't show. Like, this, that's even worse. But Calicoe's your homie. T-Top, you're friends with a bunch of the people that possibly did you wrong on that card. Twerk, I'm pretty sure, I don't know who Twerk is close with or whatever, but banking on relationships is out too. That shit is out. Banking on the platform is out. It's URL. So how many times we recently, I believe, Hustle missed the URL battle. I don't know the reason why. At this point, with no shows, it don't even matter. Everybody's grouped together at this point. Sorry. It's just the nature of where it is. It sucks, but Hustle missed the URL battle recently, I believe, right? Like this year. Isn't that the queen of your? Nobody, relationships don't even matter. It's not about relationships no more. It's not. It's about the person's integrity, self-respect, and reputation, period. You can't even use the other factors anymore. Can't use the check because the checks ain't even like that anymore. You're not going to get Murder Mooks, a culture full of Murder Mooks rapping a Big K in the first round. Nigga, for this type of back end, I would have drove here because that type of money ain't getting spent but maybe 3 times a year on certain battle rappers. Huh?
Why'd you accept a battle with Twerk, seeing he doesn't show up to his battles? The last battle he showed up to was Easy the Block Captain. You would have thought he would have taken that serious. He was terrible. He was terrible. Easy had to battle Cassidy.
And even that was a reschedule, right? And not only was it a reschedule, that interview that Anwar and Twerk did after, the kids are about to have a good Christmas and all that will forever haunt y'all. I'm off this thread. Let me tell y'all what should happen and what's gonna happen, and then I'm gonna get into some examples of something like this happening in some bigger companies. All right. What should happen? What should happen if I said that, or if I pushed that with a heavy hand, then I would be on some shit like, yeah, you do deserve to get bootleg. But the thing about pushing that type of approach, people, is if you feel like if we tell fans to book a bootleg a card that has certain battle rappers on it, where it's just like, yo, the battle rappers, the opponent, the leagues at this point, we don't even trust that you guys are doing this with good intentions to begin with. That's where we are. But then you get used to not investing in this arena, in this industry, and saving money is saving money. The card with Twerk, I bootleg. Now the card that has fucking King Los, I'm gonna bootleg that one too. Fuck it, I might as well just say so it's hard to push that. Can't be mad at it at this point though. Like I'm not defending it anymore. Like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? The opponents accepting the battles. You know what? Let's go through it. Let me just start there. Fans absolutely need to stop investing in or spending money on platforms that book certain people. Unfortunately, Clean Paper and New Jersey Twerk are two people there. Respectfully, nothing personal. What do you want me to, the whole culture say? Like, what do you want me to say? At this indefensible at this point. It's been indefensible, actually. It's been like that for maybe years. You know what I'm saying? Fans they need to show their power. Everybody stop practicing insanity. The definition of being insane is doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. Fans literally, because people, for the most part, start paying attention to shit when there's money. And when they say people only respect money and violence, we don't want nobody to get hit over the back of their head behind this shit. We don't want none of that. We don't want no violence. We're not even talking about a violent situation. We talk about a business situation. Money. People respond. They pivot. They turn left. They take shit off the shelves. They stop doing that shit when the pockets get hit. Fans got to stop buying that shit. I'm not saying get a bootleg. I'm saying they need to stop buying that shit. The league needs to see, if it's on the app, they need to see the app engagement or even unsubscriptions. I'm sorry. And I've never even said that before because I be trying to respect niggas' business, but we're talking about a general topic. If you see New Jersey Twerk book for an app-only event, you have to show URL. There's consequences. Nobody suffers consequences. They have to be able to look on their app and see, yo, we just had 430 unsubscriptions this month. What the fuck happened? Oh, you know what happened? This time the fans actually practiced what they preached. They actually stood for something. The consumers actually showed the vendor or the seller or the company or the store or the league that we care about our money and what you are trying to sell us, and we need to force you to do something else. Any company in the world can be forced to do something else, even the most profitable. I'm going to get to some big companies in a second. Real big companies, not this little battle rap business shit. Not niggas that's in here really just turning over $100 a card. No, real business. I'm going to show they got pushed around by fans or consumers. You got to push these little frivolous leagues and bullshit leagues and bad businessmen, even if they got prestigious platforms, bad businessmen, you got to show them. We just 400 plus of us just unsubscribed this month. And if you do have a pay-per-view and you're not behind a paywall and have an app, I was budgeting, expecting for me to sell another 1,000 pay-per-views like I did my last event. Oh shit, I sold half of that. They have to see it in their pocket, or else the average league owner is going to get on camera and tell you, oh, I have a problem with that too. They have to tell you that. They have to act like they're in line with the person that pays them. They're going to tell you that. They're going to exhibit some type of fake remorse. Oh no, we'll sit somebody down for a little bit. And then all we're going to do is peek out the fucking window and see if the coast is clear. And if the coast is clear, all right, come on, go do it. Grab it, do it. Jump in again. In the middle of the corridor. Yeah. You have to show, if you touch these people, you will lose money. That is the highest part. Fans, I know we are putting responsibility on other parties, deservingly, but the biggest power does not come from the bloggers, the league owners that book it, the opponents that sign the opposing contract. It doesn't come from any of that. It comes from the fans. Give the leagues and enjoy giving the battlers all this criticism and flack. Look in the mirror, though, and realize that the biggest power is where the money comes from. If you allow somebody to laugh their way to the bank in quiet, nothing will change. The fans have the biggest responsibility. That is a business fact as far as changing this right now. Okay, let's move on. Managers, I got to throw that one in there. Shout out to my guy Anwar, man. That's my guy. I fuck with Anwar. There's not a single interview you can do again. You can't go on Champion. You can't go on Hip Hop Is Real. You can't go on 15 Minutes of Fame. You can't. You're a great friend. You've been a great friend to New Jersey Twerk all of these years. Nobody could ever take that from you. You've sided with every excuse. You presented excuses, some legitimate, my man. I'm sure you backed the play. You've had times where you even had to publicly express, hey, if you want to book directly through Twerk and something doesn't line up right, that's on you. You should go through me. What? Anwar, what? Why should there be a difference? But that you've had to do those type of things during your tenure. It's over, G. It's over. Anwar has a battle rap legacy. He does. He's in the book of battle rap. He's a name. He's a figure. He's accomplished things. He now has to wear some of the responsibility of, you co-sign anything, you deserve to be slapped around publicly and be blamed and all this type, because you've been too good of a friend. Too good of a friend. And the only way, I'm not saying that this is true for Anwar, because Twerk is his own man. But at this point, people have no way to look at a manager or Anwar other than an enabler at this point. And it's multiple parties that come together to create these circumstances. And any party involved deserves to take a hit. So I had to put managers on the list, because being an enabler, a supporter of something that is not working or refuses to work. I mean, Twerk hears it in his rounds. Mook's gonna rap it. Easy rapped it to him. The potential, it is what it is. Enablers and the managers got to be on the list. Shout out to Anwar. Managers got to be on the list. Blockers. Well, since I'm calling people out at this point, I'll use this one for Chris Unbiased. Chris, don't be a fucking hypocrite. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't do another video saying, I'm telling y'all leagues, and I call T-Top and I say, why are you booking Twerk, or why are you rebooking Twerk? And I'm telling you leagues, if you book Twerk, I'm gonna get on this camera and say people shouldn't buy that, or you shouldn't book Twerk. I'm gonna do that. I'm telling y'all that's the definition of a campaign. I'm telling y'all. But there's this big matchup behind the scenes that maybe URL or some other league is trying to do with Twerk. And if that happens, no, because you're enabling too. All you need is the circumstance or enough time to pass, or the battle to be important enough to you or what you think to the culture, or the card to be explosive enough, and it's okay. You can't say You could only steal from me under this circumstance. It's either I'm tired of what the culture is calling stealing, or I'm not. You can't change the because that is a high form of enablement too. I don't want to see any blogger that has anything foul to say about some of these battle rappers. I do not want to see a single video ever supporting these people's bookings. I don't care if the circumstance changes. I'm not talking to Chris or the bloggers now. That's what creates turncoats. Circumstances. I ain't got shit for you. How about this McDonald's? How about we take 5 years off? How about we let you walk? Circumstances. Yo, would you ever do this? Fuck no. What about for $1 million? Turncoats. That's what creates turncoats. You have to show that you bloggers are going to stand on it as well. And there is another chapter of it because there is content. And bloggers' pure job is reacting, covering, predicting, making entertaining, all of these factors about content, topics. Bloggers historically believe that they are not to blame because they didn't pay for it, they didn't book it, they didn't host it. So they think they're not to blame. It's like bloggers know how powerful they are, but when things aren't necessarily directly tied to them, they have no responsibility in their minds. They do. It's indirect responsibility. So I wonder how many of y'all can stop covering some of these people. Try that approach. I really want to see, Chris, I want to see that battle get booked, and I want to see you promote it. I want to see it. But how about, has anybody ever tried, using their platforms consistently against the things that they're ranting about? Caps. I want to see it. Let's see it. I'm talking about when something looks good. Like, oh, we actually do want to see Averb versus Loaded Lux. Oh, Coach, I didn't forget how y'all did me. I didn't forget. Because I'll go, every single one of you all you bloggers, all you fans, I'll go back and I'll pull the footage. Some of it I had downloaded for lawsuits. I'll pull the footage of everybody saying, yeah, Averb fucked you over. What a foul friend, backstabbed you. You pulled out an Iron Solomon battle. Them and URL conspiring against y'all allegedly and all this type of shit. They out there in Orlando shooting the fucking face off while you're under contract and all that type of shit. Yada, 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 yada. But damn, we're saying he just beat Mook. And that classic footage outside of Black Star, Verb and Lux arguing. ARP, can you just fall back for a second? We want to see this battle. Y'all don't stand on shit. Y'all need 5, 6, 7, 8 years of dealing with this shit to finally stand on something. Okay, well, maybe y'all are finally caught up to me of just saying wrong is wrong, no matter how big the battle is. That's the point I'm making, Chris. No matter how big the battle is, wrong is wrong. If you stand there, don't let the circumstances turncoat you. I'm going to watch. I can't wait to see everybody stand it. That's for the bloggers. I did the fans. I did the managers. I did the bloggers. Let's do the leagues. The leagues is what people perceive as the most obvious. So this one should be easy. And it goes for the small leagues that Quest made a great point on as well. They're just rolling the dice because they might get a phone call. Yo, book me for a $500 deposit and another $1,500 back end. And I'm going to come there and I'm going to light your stage up. Oh, shit. Damn, that sounds great to me. Fuck it. Roll the dice on that. I'll do it. Really, I don't even feel that like a loss. And his opponent is free because they're getting an opportunity to stand across from Twerk. Like, okay, leagues. Okay, league, I get it. The small guys rolling the dice, the big guys let it cool off and then come back and try to get the fans what they want, and everybody will forget. You know what? That's probably, and let me save the what's going to happen. Let me save it. Leagues, you do deserve to be hit in the pockets tenfold if you book the people that the consumers, the reactors, the bloggers, etc., are saying we have a problem with this and we're the ones that have the finance. So leagues, it just is what it is. Go do it, and then you deserve to get your shit torn down, your cards. You do. from the entire culture. You deserve to get your shit turned. People only respect money and violence. That's what makes people fully react. Everything else, I'm just going to watch the numbers behind the scene that nobody else knows. I'm going to laugh my way to the bank. Sponsors, same boat as league owners. It's just you guys think that you guys are in the shadows a little bit more. You guys feel a little bit hidden. You deserve to be called out, put on the floor as well. If we find out that this sponsor is responsible for booking this person, this situation, this battle, you deserve to be outed as well. Now, I get it. It's very hard to get these leagues to stop taking free money. I get it. But at the same time, y'all need to stop empowering and supporting anybody that becomes an entity, as a sponsor. And I get it. The league will probably end up getting the more public backlash because sponsors could stay so hidden, but they have culpability in it too. So every piece of the equation deserves to have some form of reaction, negative reaction, okay, as well as accountability. Last but not least, the battle is, yes, the opponents should not be taking it. That's a wild tweet to say, like, yo, this is the illest shit ever. Like, he was literally there. But you accepted the battle, G. You accepted the battle. You know what everybody else knows. Marv, your tweet says, I was prepared. You accepted the battle, G. You accept the battle is the opponents are perpetuating this just like all the other pieces that we just walked through. Okay. So, but what do I believe before I go to these other large companies to close out? What do I believe is going to happen? Historically, we've watched it a million times. The almighty time heals this wound. That's what I believe is going to happen. I believe that the fans are going to see something that they like or they're interested in, and they're going to buy in still, right? I think that the bloggers are going to see content and cover it. Oh, and by the way, bloggers covering it, even from a negative standpoint, really is controversy, and controversy sells. So because we don't sell one-offs, because somebody could be hidden in a card, you could do Surf versus Mook, and if you put New Jersey Twerk on the bottom of the card, everybody's still paying for it. Okay, so I want to see how bloggers would manage their content around their reactions to trying to stop this type of stuff. I want to see how they manage that. I really do. So I predict content over everything. So I predict the fans will still, hey, Surf and Mook, fuck it. Bloggers, the card overall, something matter. Yeah, I'm still gonna talk about Twerk. I'm standing on it. It's gonna look like I'm standing on it, but it's just content. You know what I'm saying? And if it's a classic battle where Twerk gets up there versus this big name possibly, then you're gonna recap it. The sponsors, they'll still negotiate behind the scenes or help their friends possibly. I mean, the managers, the sponsors will still be at play possibly because they feel like the company in general, the card in general, is a dope thing to be a part of. The opponents, they're not fully incentivized other than missing out. Like, let's say if it's a huge card, like whether I got this deposit that I needed or not, I really wanted to be on that stage, or I really wanted that YouTube drop, or I really wanted that opponent on my resume. The battlers are still going to accept it because they feel like they're going to be the last to blame. And they're not as incentivized to not take that deposit and then sit there and be like, shit, I just took the call. I don't duck no smoke. Nigga said that he was going to be there. What do you want me to do? I didn't book it. Wasn't my idea. There's still, so I expect time to heal this wound just like it has been for years, and not much to change. And you want to know really what happens with that is the trust in the product, the fans' expectation, and overall the respect of battle rap continues to die down. So people get their little wins. The bloggers still get certain type of content. Sponsors and leagues still get certain things off. Opponents get to get their deposits, all their battles, if the battles actually happen. The managers get to say, I told you so. Everybody in that list, they get some type of win. But meanwhile, the overall reputation of battle rap continues to dwindle. The reputation of this shit. And that's what's happening. People are reacting and moving for a now. Fuck it. Grab my, it's on the way. It's declining anyway. Money ain't the same anyway, but right. the overall picture of what people look at like this culture is trash, it just continues to decline for big realities like this. Behind the scenes, nobody knows the numbers. The bootlegs continue to ramp up higher. The money continues to lessen. People believe less and less in their own product. Sell it. Wait, book you for 10,000 in today's climate. Look around, like, nah, I can justify offering you $4,000 now. Everything takes it. It's a lot of things that you don't see that decline and take a hit, and it all comes together to continue to decline the battle rap culture and drive this shit into the mud. It'll never end. There'll always be somebody out there booking battles and somebody out there rapping. But battle rap, as we know, will continue to be over. Harsh reality. All right. Last but not least, I pulled this question up in the background. I said, hey, AI, can you give me examples of well-known companies that were forced to stop selling a good product to consumers because, and good product, I know it's about to be subjective, but just stay with the question, because of continued backlash they received over the years, even though the product may have been profitable for the company. Mattel had a situation, RJ Reynolds, these are huge companies. Nestle had a situation with infant formula marketing, developing in countries. Johnson & Johnson, talc-based baby powder, a long-standing, highly profitable product, right? Years of lawsuits and public concern linked it to cancer. I literally got a tweet yesterday. So on my timeline, me responding to him. Somebody asking, should the fans get together and sue? Now, that's not going to happen. And I don't think that that's really a justifiable position, because you're not forced to walk into the store. So you're trying to get together a bunch of random fans for a class action lawsuit. The most that you guys are going to be able to prove out is that you guys lost money. It's not like you guys, for example, what I have highlighted here, it's cancerous, over time. So the point that I really wanted to make with that, though, is we're at a point where fans are tweeting, should we sue the leagues? I said, what? That's where we are. Okay, Coca-Cola. For local, not Coke owned, but comparable case via fusion projects, mixed alcohol and caffeine. Very popular and profitable among young consumers. Public health backlash. Hospitalizations, bans led to regulatory pressure. The company removed caffeine from the formula to keep selling it. H&M. I remember this one. Controversial hoodie campaign. A racially insensitive ad, coolest monkey in the jungle, sparked global backlash. Not a long-term product line, but they pulled the item and restructured practices. They got a bunch of their stores torn up too. Go look at it online. People running it, throwing their shit all over the ground, everything, breaking windows and whatnot. Shows how quickly profitable inventory can become unsellable. Rockstar Games, hot coffee mod controversy, hidden content in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. They say billions of dollars has gone into Grand Theft, the last one or the new one that's coming out, right? These are real business companies going through shit like this. Cause outrage. The game was hugely profitable, but Rockstar had to pull versions from the shelves, re-release edited versions. Pressure came from regulators and public backlash. The bigger pattern. What's going on in these cases? Profit equals sustainability. A product can make money, but still be too risky long-term. Backlash compounds over time, especially with health, ethics, and children. Ours is more so ethics, right? Legal exposure often seals the deal. Lawsuits, regulate. So that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Lawsuits, regulation usually follow public outrage. You're not going to see battle rappers get sued. Companies rarely admit I tried one time. I tried 3 times. One time the lawyer convinced me, like, you don't have a case here. You're doing this really to make a statement. This whole thing is worth $1,000. And I really was trying to make a statement. And it was with somebody that actually was already mentioned in this video. And I'm not talking about Verb. I'm not even talking about Verb. The Verb one I posted, I showed that proof. Like, yo. But anyway, companies rarely admit backlash alone. They frame it as safety, reformulation, or evolving standards. Oh, all right. Let's wait and see what continues to happen. But there's just certain battlers that need to find something else to earn money from. Or we can continue to practice insanity, and we can act like we care. We can keep complaining. We can blog. We can tweet. We can book. And we can act like we give a fuck. I continue to see nobody move nothing. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's see if y'all had enough. I doubt it though.